So Maurice, we were chatting about this the other day, about how it's very rare for us to get a whole new model rather than just an upgrade or a new model of an old car, like the Sirocco we had recently. And this week's car is one of those, and something I've been dying to get my hands on since gyms.
I think a lot of people are keen to see it on South African roads. Journalists loved it at gyms, the consumers went mad for it. And I think they've got to see this hot hatch in the true performance style, as it's the official pace car for World Superbikes, and they were here recently in South Africa. So it certainly is an exciting pocket rocket.
It is indeed the Alfa Mito.
Now this is a bit of an exclusive for Ignition.
Well, sort of, yeah. I mean, it's only been launched in July, but I have been bugging the press manager at Alfa
Persistence pays.
since last year to get my hands on it. So yeah, we're getting a little sneak peek. This cute little Italian was first unveiled to the public at the British Motor Show last year. A stunner by any means, the Mito's styling has an unmistakable 8C influence. And who could go wrong with that as inspiration? It's got a sporty look that gives nothing away to the fact that it's based on the same platform as the Fiat Grande Punto. We enjoyed that earlier this year, and we're not disappointed by how it translated into a dynamic drive in the Mito.
What a nice name, Mito. But I suppose it's true Alfa Romeo style. They're going to come up with a really exotic name.
Yeah, but actually it's quite simple. Designed in Milan, built in Turin.
Well, talking about designed in Milan, I mean fashion capital of the world, and that car has some true catwalk lines, super smooth, beautiful.
It's so striking, those chrome details.
Love the mags.
Cheeky nose.
And then it's got like a hot oven plate detailing for the tail lights, which kind of tells you it really is hot stuff.
It's incredibly distinctive.
It does stand out. What I am always amazed by though is, I mean, you know, the Italian guys, I'm sure this will excite you. I mean, you know, they always classify themselves as Italian stallions, and they're very quick to tell you they're great lovers, even though they're probably about 30th in the world. Italian stallion. This isn't a man's car, it's not a stallion. It really
Teenager.
is. It's a teenage car. I mean, they're proudly displaying the exuberance of youth with that, with that prominent beasting aerial.
Well, why don't we go and see how it drives and whether it's got a sting in its tail?
I'm hoping it's got some meat in the front.
Mito.
Well, Lindsay, you've been hucking them for months since gyms, and now you are in the Mito. How does it feel?
It feels good. Very punchy engine for a 1.4. It actually has got quite a lot of oomph.
I'm loving that the guys are all pushing the smaller engine, turbos, better fuel efficiency.
Yeah.
110 kilowatts. This thing thumps.
It
really
does, eh? For a 1.4, it's fantastic. And the handling's great as well.
I love this. It's true Italian styling inside. I mean, the little air vents are beautiful.
It is.
Look, I mean, it's quite plasticky. I thought this are quite cheap as well. The pseudo beveled
Absolutely.
gear knob, and you feel it. It's obviously got a cover over the top of it. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. For me, it is quite plasticky.
I don't know why they didn't just leave it plain, eh?
Now they could have.
But the gearbox is very nice and notchy. It's got quite a sporty feel to it.
Leather obviously not standard, but I think for 10 grand more you get what we have, and I like the little Alfa badge on it.
Yeah.
But it is very distinctive, very Alfa in the front. I mean, this has been followed through from all the Romeo days to the Spiders through to the Breras now, so it really is nice. For me, the thing that I love about this car is the noticeable difference. The moment you're driving in normal mode,
absolutely, switch it into dynamic, which you can only do under 100 k's an hour.
You read your manual.
I read my manual.
And dynamic, what does it do?
It actually changes the car completely. You have a lot more power. Well, it feels like more power. It's actually not more power, it's more torque. You get 230 newton meters as opposed to the standard 206, which is quite a big difference actually.
But also your throttle response is way sharper. Your handling is better. The
suspension's harder, yeah.
It's a noticeable difference, because I find that when you thump the car like this, it's actually quite easy on the gear change.
Yeah.
And when you're in normal driving mode, you can actually physically feel the delayed response on the throttle. You actually really have to think about your gear change.
Yeah. I mean, you weren't sold on this car initially, but I mean, you're actually loving this drive, aren't you?
The more you drive it, the more I enjoy it, because I just find that when I was driving it and thumping it around, I must admit, you don't suffer from the understeer. You think you're going to pitch in a corner and you burst on that throttle. But it's got quite a unique little electronic system which is controlling the torque to the steering. So when you are understeering, it actually just anticipates what you should be doing.
It's helping you out.
Yeah, it guides you. That's what they're saying that it's meant to be doing. But I just find that you think you're going to understeer wildly, and the car just, I don't know, realizes
Catches
that
you.
the bum whips out and it's back on power. It's a
cheeky car.
it's a thrilling drive.
Yeah.
It really is. I do like it.
Good, I like it too.
Shall we get one?
We might not be buying the cars, but we certainly do have fun on our ignition shoots, and the Mito turned our day upside down with its flavor.
Okay, high five. When last have you done handstands on the side of a road?
A long time ago, clearly.
Who are we going to blame?
The Mito! Yeah, it really brings out the kid in you, doesn't it?
Yeah, but actually it looks like a naughty little schoolboy from front, or a character from Cars.
It does. It's like it's saying, who, me?
Well, I must
Very
admit,
cute.
who me didn't really like the Mito too much in the beginning.
No,
I
you
didn't get a feel for the Alfa chassis and just the way it
Yeah.
rides, but the more I've driven it, the more I've loved it. I guess that's what Alfa Romeo drivers love, is that you don't get bored behind the wheel, you're involved the whole way through. This thing handles exceptionally well, especially in dynamic mode. Phew, it's a lot of fun.
And Alfa drivers do love their Alfas, and I think there'll be a lot of new ones buying this.
Now, despite all the service history, they'll keep buying Alfa, and I think this car is going to be a great bike in wintertime.
Yes, something hot for winter.